Good afternoon, and my name is Susan Fieldhouse. For those of you who haven't met me before, I'm the Economic Development Officer at Southend-on-Sea Borough Council. Together with Leigh Partnership, Project Southchurch, Hamlet Court Road Shops, Hamlet Court Road in Harmony, Southend BID, Shoebury and Thorpe Bay Baptist Church, and many, many others individual businesses which I cannot name one by one. We have been working really hard to support Southend retail sector during the pandemic. Started something called Shop Local. You may be aware that campaign, and now basically all eyes is on the Totally Locally Southend-on-Sea online shop. Totally Locally are an award-winning not-for-profit organization that has spread across the world. Their message for the past 11 years. Sorry, who said something? I'll carry on. The message is being very simple and support your local independent businesses, walk past the big chains, spend something with the small guys, keep tills ringing and towns thriving. So tonight it is the opportunity for you to learn all about it. For example, how to add in your products on the website, how to do the order processes and get help if you do get stuck, and how to do social media and promotion, etc., etc. So I just want to remind you once again, please stay muted to ensure that session is run smoothly without interruption. If you have any questions, you will have the opportunity to ask, but do make use of the chat function to type in your question, and we will respond towards the end of the session. Okay, so without further ado, please welcome Chris Sand, the founder of Totally Locally, as well as his team, Simon and Katie.
Hi there, nice to meet you. Thanks everybody for turning up. I'm really sorry we can't share screens today. I don't know what, but I think Simon can maybe manage a few things, or Katie can as well. So we'll just see how we go. Give you a little bit of background of where we're coming from with this. I started it's nearly 11 years ago now, and for my local council, which is Calderdale, which is basically in between Manchester and Leeds. Hebden Bridge, Halifax, the two sort of well-known ones. And it was all about giving tools to local independent shops to actually, rather than doing the top-down sort of shop local campaign, it was about building a bottom-up shop local campaign. So that created tools, and we created ways of people working together to actually enhance shopping locally. And one of the big things is always around when you work together, and when you actually, instead of just you being on your own little business, plowing your own furrow, if a load of you get together and start to work together, the impact is massive comparatively. So we've done that, and it worked really well in Calderdale, and then loads of people asked for it, so we decided to give it away. So for the last 10 years, everything we've done has all been free, and it's travelled the world. So it's in Australia and New Zealand and America and France, and there's loads of people share ideas. So those tools are all about creating vibrant high streets. And then just before the pandemic hit, we started talking to Visa. They'd come to us because they liked what we did. And when the pandemic hit, they said, would you consider doing a thing where you can take a whole high street online? So we talked around it, and we said yes, because it's the future now. The future is not just online, and it's not just bricks and mortar. It's a combination of the two. We get a lot of people, I see a lot of people saying, I can't wait for it to go back to how it was. It's never going back to how it was. This is the future being made. This probably would have happened in 5 years without the pandemic. It's just happened overnight now. So the idea is that everything is in one place. So if you want to support if you live in Southend-on-Sea and you want to support Southend-on-Sea shops, Southend-on-Sea businesses. You can go there and you can shop. It's like an Amazon for your area, basically. So all your money is kept within your town, which makes your town a better place. And the reasoning behind that, one of the things is that most people use 4 or 5 shops in a town, and they probably don't look at any of the others, and that's a common knowledge thing. So, but what happens is when you go into town to buy something, you walk past other shops and you'll see in the window, and you might go in there, or you might spot something else, and that's what this is about. So you end up and you can be browsing. You come to buy one thing, and you'll see all the other shops that are there. So we've built this platform. We trialled it in Hebden Bridge, which is near where we are, and it's been really successful. I've got about 88 shops on there at the moment, across the board, from a bookshop to an art gallery to a bed and breakfast. We've got some bakers, all sorts of things, everything you can think of, really, dress shops. We also have some small makers that work from home as well. So it's all about keeping money in the local economy, and it's all about spending locally. So it's basically replicating your town or your high street online. We've got different versions of delivery, and we're working on at the moment a joint delivery system as well, which we can talk through a bit later. So at the moment you can buy from 10, 15, 20 shops, and when you get to checkout, you're paying one payment, and payment goes immediately to all the shops. It doesn't come through us. We don't take a commission. And at the moment, and then you've got click and collect, or you can do individual deliveries, postal deliveries as well. We are at the moment creating a joint delivery system. So where we are at the moment, we've got some company running electric cargo bike deliveries. So we're now working with them to create this to add to the site as well. But that can be used by a taxi company or any delivery company that you choose in your area as well. And that's where we're at the moment. Would you like to say anything, Simon, at all? Or you?
No, that's pretty much the overview. Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense at all? As I've already seen the website, at the Locally.shop. Okay. The best thing to do is to see the one that's working at the moment is the pilot town. Sorry, is Hebden Bridge. That's HEBDEN Bridge. .totallylocally.shop, and you'll see it there. Can we put that in the links in the comments?
Well done.
So and that's basically a reflection of Hebden Bridge's high street. There's downloads as well, posters, and there's a blog space as well. So we'll be able to give access to a blog area where you can write stuff about what's going on in the town. So it becomes more than just a shopping site, it becomes a bit more of a town site as well. Is that okay? So as anyone see that at all?
Yeah, the link is in the chat function if anyone wants to click on that.
Sorry, I just can't use it. So. So you can see, you'll see on there, there's as you scroll down, the phrase that we use is "shop like your high street." Depends on it because it does. Visa have sponsored us on this. They've helped to build the whole site, which has been fantastic, been amazing. Obviously, that brings a lot of kudos and securities with it as well. So if you scroll down, you'll see that you can shop by category. So you've got art and design, baby and toddler, books and stationery, etc. And then as you go down, you'll see that all the local shops have got their sites there. So if say we click on Blazing Saddle, which is just the second row down, Blazing Saddles, and then you'll see that they've got numerous lights, pumps, books. They're not selling bikes on there yet, but they're getting around. They've got some children's bikes, but they're getting around to it. And they didn't have a shop before. They've never sold online before, so this has been really good for them. They've just managed through their social media, so this has been a big boost for them. And you can see that all the different sorts of stuff on there. Our biggest one is Heart Gallery. The reason why she's doing really, really well, the reason is that she promotes it a lot. So she promotes this site as, you can buy things from my site here. So she's done really, really well. And one of the things I must sort of hasten to say is, the more that you put into this and the more that you promote yourself, the more you'll get back out of it. And it's the classic thing of what we said with Totally Locally is, if all of you that are on the site, if you all do this, if you all promote it, everybody benefits, and which is the Totally Locally message. Everybody benefits because there's more and more people. So if you have your own website just parked in the middle of nowhere, you will get people coming to your site and that's it. Whereas on something like this, you'll get people coming to other people's sites as well. So it evens out, and it all becomes, everybody wins. And as you'll see, if you go back to the main page and if you scroll down, you'll see that there's some blog space, which at the moment this is we've got, and that we were featured on BBC Breakfast News a couple of weeks back, and then we've got a featured business, and then there's some posters to download and videos. But you can add anything that you want that can be specifically to Southend-on-Sea. I'm not sure that as an intro, I don't think there's much more to say than that. It uses Stripe, and most people, I will imagine, have got online accounts as businesses will use Stripe. It's like the PayPal for business. Really simple to connect. We don't take a percentage of or charges or anything. Stripe is, I think, is it 1.74% or something, Simon? Is that right?
1.4% and 20p.
Yeah, 1.4. So Stripe takes a standard card fee of 1.4% plus 20p. So that's all it pays from. That's it. So like some of online stuff take about 27%. So this is quite a good option. In fact, there's a shop on here called Wood and Wire, which sells really high-end kitchen equipment. It's right at the bottom. You might see it. And so the first thing you see is a sofa for £1,600, but they've decided that this is much better for them because the percentage is so low. So they're closing their own shop, their own Shopify shop, and they're moving it all to this platform. So obviously on £1,500, it's a big saving. So yes, that's my bit done. I think I'm more of an overview person, not the big detail. Simon will do more detail. Simon's been really responsible for pushing this project through to working. So yeah, I'll hand over to you if you want, Simon.
Great.
Yeah. Unless there's any questions, of course. No. Do the questions at the end if you wish. Would that be okay? Oh.
I recommend to ask a question at the end. We just keep the session going first to be smooth.
No problem. Thanks.
Oh. Sure. I'm just sharing my screen. Can you see that? Okay. Yeah, great. Yeah, basically, I just thought I'd quickly take you through how you register and add a product, just to give you a general vibe of how the site works. Everything's online with the instructions that Katie will mention. You don't need to take notes or anything, but I'll just generally show you how it works. So on the site up top is a link called Register Your Business. And basically, it just takes you through a few terms and conditions.
It's not showing up.
Is it not sharing?
No, we can't see at the moment.
Oh, let's try it again.
Just share.
How's that?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
All right, great.
Okay.
So this is the register page with some terms and conditions, generally showing you how it works. Someone needs to mute themselves. So you select free subscription, because Southend Council are kindly paying for the subscription for a year. So subscribe to this, and it just asks you for general information about your business and address. And then you click register, and then you'll be sent an email with your username and a generated password, and then the link to log in, and a few little instructions there. And basically, when you log in, your view is this dashboard, as we call it. So it just gives you general information about your shop, and it takes you through a little wizard to get you to tweak a few things. But basically, all these sections on the left. So storefront is basically all the information about your shop you can tell people. So you just got a couple of main images. You can change the business name here and the URL you're given. We encourage people to write a little bit about you and your business, make it a bit friendly. And you can add, this section is like a little bit of text that gets sent with email to customers when they buy from you. So it could be information about how your ordering process works, or when it's ready for collection, how click and collect works. And just general information about your address again, and social media links down here. And there's also a holiday feature for when you're on holiday. You can click this and write when you'll be open again, and that'll kind of close your store for now. There's some in the instructions, it'll tell you all this, but there's a billing section where you connect to your Stripe account, which, as Chris said, is quite simple. It's just like PayPal. So every time a purchase is made, the money goes immediately to your account, and you can set that up so that it comes out of your account daily, weekly, monthly, however you want, really. Set up shipping information. So by default, when you register, every business has to support click and collect, but then you can also opt to add local delivery within the borough, and also postal delivery. So you can just add amounts for each one, or amounts for, say, first class, second class. You just specify that, and then you can support shipping out products as well, which we found is quite a surprising thing in Hebden Bridge, actually. We thought the site would be mostly used for local click and collect, but actually a lot of the shops are sending out orders all over the country, which is nice. And we call Product Manager. This will list all of your products. If you're familiar with WordPress, it's kind of a similar interface to that. And I'll just add one quickly. Something like, there's a short description and a more longer description. And on the right here, every product has to have a main image. And we encourage people to have at least one additional image. I'll show you why in a second. And click on a price. And then you basically specify what category it goes into. Got like, yeah, outdoor cycling. And publish. And it's as simple as that, really. And then you can click on the link here and you can see it in your shop. And when customers are kind of browsing through the categories, if we click on cycling here, so when you've got two images, it kind of shows it when you hover over that. So that's basically how you edit a basic image. You can add what we call variable types. So if you've got like a book that's got a hardback and a softback, you can specify that and the stock for each or the price for each. What you can also do is once you're logged in, you can use this, just generally browse a site like this, and you can edit products just by hovering over them and clicking them here. Click on that, as well as using the dashboard. And that's a load. Or if something's on offer, you can add an offer price in there. Say that's come down in price. And if we look at that again, you can see that's on offer, and that might draw people in to look at that. One of the main questions people ask us is, I've already got a website, why should I be on this as well? So we completely understand that some people might have their own website already, have spent time and money developing that, and they don't want to look at two different stock control systems. So what we can do, and I've got an example of this, is that you can link products on this website to your own website. So instead of having the add to cart button here, you can just paste in the URL to your own website. So for people that basically you don't want orders and payments and inventory needing to be updated on two websites, but everything is on the one central website for your town, and that's why, as Chris said, we want to be like an Amazon for your town. So it's where locals will just go to first to see what's available locally. And dashboard. If you have got your own website already, there's an import function here. So anything like eBay, Etsy, Shopify, particularly WooCommerce, that's what we use. You can export all your products to a text file. And then we've got a template you can play around with the formatting, and we can help you with that if you get stuck. And you can just import your products here, and it'll import all the descriptions, prices, the images as well, so that if you've got hundreds and hundreds of products, you can do that. What we also recommend, I've got an example on here. If you have already got your own website and you've got hundreds and hundreds of products and you don't want to upkeep them both anyway on either site. For example, this farm shop Craggies. So we just help them out basically creating one product per category. So they might have 20 different meats on their own website and they didn't want to add them all on this. They just added one product that lists all the different ones underneath that. And then clicking on this jumps to the meat category on their website. So they don't have to maintain this website every time they add a new product. It just generally goes to their own one. And we don't mind if people end up buying from their own website. It's just about knowing what's local and the awareness of that. So under shipping, so we had to add one line per area of the UK rather than having everything in one bunch, because it costs a lot more to send stuff to Highlands and Islands and Isle of Man. So if you wanted to add postage to UK, you click on that zone, add a shipping method there. And edit that. Then say it costs £5 to send by post. Save that. And then that means that anyone buying who's outside of Southend-on-Sea area will be shown a postal amount for when they're buying from your shop. If you don't want to support postal, then all they see is click and collect. And basically when someone buys from you, you'll get an email. like too many windows open. So yeah, you'll receive an email saying you've got this new order, and it'll tell you the order numbers, what's been purchased, how many, price, most importantly the shipping method. So most will probably be click and collect, and the customer details. So you'll get an email, and also can have a look in your dashboard what your orders are as well. And we encourage basically when you get an order, so this one's click and collect. So you can view this. Again, you can see all the details. And when it's ready to click and collect, you can change the status in here. Like I say, that's ready for collection. Or if it's a postal delivery, you can say when it's been shipped, and that will automatically send an email to the customer. So it's a complete process, and it's a complete online shop really. So that's ready for collection. So that's all taken care of you from the website. And I think that's basically my rundown of how that works. And then I'm going to pass it over to Katie. I'll stop sharing.
Hello. Right, okay. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen now, hopefully. Oh, here we go. Let me just grab. Let me know if you can see the screen. Can you see the Notion instruction, Simon?
We see it, yeah.
We can.
Brilliant. Okay. So this, what we've got here is a wiki guide. So we've got everything that we think you're going to need to know in a selection of guides, and they pretty much go through everything that we think you'll need to get going on the site and to sell and understand how everything works. So Simon just went through register and subscribe and customizing your shop front and looking at orders. All these guides can be found on this link, which Simon will share in the chat for you. And we've pretty much gone through everything in all these handy little guides. They also include videos, so you can see what Simon was doing on the screen there. We've got all those recorded. So we've done all those so that at your leisure, you can just go through and find out all the information that you need to know. If you can't find what you need on there, or you need a little bit of a hand, you can also contact us as well, which I'll go through in a moment. But these guides, we think, have got everything in them that you need. Okay, so everything that Simon went through, but also some of the trickier things that other people have done, like linking products, adding variable products, and down to simple things like changing your password or your email, wanting to have your shop closed while you're on holiday. Ones that are most popular at the moment, people using, are the getting onto Stripe. A lot of people are used to using PayPal, and we use Stripe on this. It's very, very similar, and as Chris said, it's a lot more cost effective and plays really well with our site. So inside there, it'll go through how you connect to Stripe, which is a really, really easy process. Most people that register and get onto Stripe are usually done within a couple of hours, set up and ready to go. Let's just go back there. So if you don't find what you need on there and you need somebody to have a little chat with, or you want to send us a question or anything like that, we've got a contact section on your website. So if we just go to your Southend-on-Sea locally.shop, you'll find the contact link at the bottom. I don't know, I think Simon shared the link to the Southend Locally shop when we shared the Hebden Bridge shop, but if not, we can pop it in again. And we just ask that if you want to ask something, just select the contact button and send us a little email of what it is that you want us to go through with you, and we can organise to either we'll reply to the email or we may give you a call if it's something a bit more complicated. But we feel like we've got everything down on the wiki guides for you. So we'll provide those links in the chat for you, so you can go and have a little look around those guides and familiarise yourself with everything on there. And it's a really nice, simple little interface, which holds videos, all the text that you need in there. I'll move on to social media, and that's mainly what I do on the project. And I'll tell you what is working for the Hebden Bridge and the Leek shops at the moment. They are sharing their shops online. They are adding stories and linking back to us. They are telling people that they've got a shop on the site. Those shops are doing really, really well. So they're sharing images, they're sharing links to their products, they're telling people that they're on the Totally Locally shop. They're using the little images, which I will show you in a moment, to share what they do. And they're really getting social with it. A lot of them are using Instagram, and they're doing little stories and things, and they're just really shouting about what they're doing on the Totally Locally shop. So let's just go on to the Hebden Bridge shop and have a look. So on the Hebden Bridge shop, all these businesses, or most of them, are fairly social. But what we found is that the ones that are not particularly social are also benefiting from the site, mainly because they're driving traffic to the website. So each time somebody shares the link to their shop, we're finding that people then go through and have a look at what all the other shops on there. And that's what the real beauty of the site is, really. It's about discovering what's in your area and on your high street that you maybe haven't seen while you're popping about along the high street. So we've actually had some really lovely messages from people saying that they, from going on the site, they didn't realise that there was a little jewellery shop round the corner and down the side that they'd never even seen before. And it led to some nice conversations and some sales. We're finding that people are browsing quite a lot, and maybe not buying off the site, maybe popping down to the shop, which is quite nice. We're seeing a lot of that when we look through the analytics, that people are really having a really good look around the site. They're hopping from shop to shop to see what people are doing. They're adding things into the basket. And they're either buying it all off the site, or they are popping out and popping to those shops when they're open, of course. So where was I? I've gone off on a tangent now, haven't I? Okay. We've got lots of images and things that we can share with you with your shop on them. The easiest thing to show is just into our Giphy account, and we've got little things like these tiles, and we'll do them with Southend-on-Sea on. Excuse me. And then you will be able to have a selection of downloads for your area, so you can print them. You can use them across your social media, on your emails, however you want to use the images, and they'll have your shop name on them. We've got a selection of those, and then we've got things like these. These are in the Giphy account, so they're all moving about at the moment because we use these through the stories, and you can use those too because they're quite a fun way of interacting. But we'll provide you with some stuff for you to use, and also to add to your images so that you can customise your offering, but keep within the Totally Locally branding. So these can be found on, if you use Giphy on any platform, you can search for the Totally Locally. If you just put search for Totally Locally, these will all come up and you can add them in. And we're adding to this all the time. We've got other stickers as well. Let me just see if I can bring a set of stickers across. Let me know if you can see. We've got things like this as well, which people print out and add into the shops. We've got little postcards, because we appreciate that not everyone's going to be doing online marketing. So we've got the tools to give you to do your offline marketing as well. So once the shops are open, Hebden Bridge did a postcard drop, and we saw a massive increase on the website from that, from people getting a little postcard through the door. It had the QR link on it, which we'll do for you as well, which linked directly to the site. And then, yeah, people just put all the stickers out, they put the little postcards, they put posters in the window, they told people about it. There'll also be opportunities to do press releases, which we'll supply as well. Hebden Bridge did that, they did radio. We ended up having, as Chris mentioned, BBC Breakfast came to us early one morning in Hebden Bridge. So there's real opportunities to boost the site through your marketing, and we'll give you the tools to help you do that. What have I missed? Have I missed anything, Simon? That was a bit of a whistle-stop tour. I didn't mention that we have a Totally Locally shop Instagram and Facebook page, which we use for the shop. And we tend to share a lot of other people's stuff on there. So people will tag us into their shops and their posts and things that they're doing, and we'll share those stories. We are really keen to share stories from different shops, but also from the town as a whole. So we really like doing things like the Insta Live. We'll maybe do a little 10-minute interview with a shop. We'll get to know them, have an understanding of how they started the shop and things, and we find that content really works really well for the site. Just finding out about those people and how they've come to have an independent business in the town, and or maybe a family business, whatever. We like doing those stories, and Chris will do those Insta Lives quite regularly. We've had a little break from at the moment, but we'll be starting back on those. So we'd be really keen for you to nominate yourselves to do a few of those with us if possible. What we'll do is as well, I will share the links to the Facebook page and the Instagram pages, so you can have a little follow of those. And then we encourage you to tag us into posts and things so that we can share your content and keep that feed nice and full. Right, I think that's probably it from me, unless I've missed something in my whistle-stop tour. But I think the main thing at the moment for you to have a look at is the wiki guides. I think that's the most important thing, would you say?
Yeah, it's good to have a read through everything, 'cause it explains how refunds work and holidays and everything. Overview.
It may seem a little overwhelming. There's such a lot of stuff there, but the basic thing is putting your shop online, and all the other stuff is all around marketing it. So that is a lot. The marketing side is a lot easier if you're already using social media, particularly. We've got things like stickers and everything like that we'll customize for Southend-on-Sea, and you have a QR code on there as well, so people can just put their phone to it and be taken to the website. We have the posters that go in your windows, things like that said you can find us and our neighbours online here. Have you got those up there, Simon? Yeah. So these are like the window stickers you get for your shop there. So all of those, obviously, with Southend-on-Sea, these are little packaging stickers that we can give you all the templates for that as well. And then there's with the Southend URL on there, the website address, and then these are the postcards and posters. And that's one of the key messages that we have. You know, if you shop online, you can now shop locally at the same time. And then we have the if you've worked, I know Leigh-on-Sea particularly has done Fiverfest, which is a huge thing that we run 3 times a year, which is the loads of all the shops across the UK putting on special £5 offers. Last October we had 130 towns across the UK taking part, which was incredible. But we have a section, if you're a shop online on the site, you can put your Fiverfest offers on there, and during that Fiverfest period, there's a full section on Fiverfest offers. So when people land on the website, straight away they see all of those. And so so we provide all those things that you would for you to promote yourself. So it's a big package, I think. And like say, Totally Local is a bigger thing than just this website. So if you want to read a little bit more about the backstory and about the reach of what we've done, that's at totallylocally.org, .org, and you'll see quite a bit more of the story there, and it gives you an idea of how we've progressed from starting up in the area that we live in to going across the UK and across Europe and into Australia and etc. But also why we've come all this way back to bringing towns online as well. So the idea is to not take away footfall from the high street, but actually get people who would be using Amazon or would be using online from the big multinationals to actually have the ability to use small independent shops online, which then props up the high street as well. I think that's it.
Thank you, Chris, Simon, Katie. I think there's some questions coming. Most have been answered. The last question haven't been touched upon is Matt asked about Project Southchurch. Would this be the Facebook page? I'm not quite sure what this is about. Rob, are you able to jump in on this?
Yeah, I've just replied to Matt saying that obviously the Totally Locally page will be totally separate to ours, but we will support all social media links to Totally Locally. But yes, you will be able to get it through our page on Facebook, but there is a designated page that you can directly go to. That made any sense whatsoever, Simon?
Thank you. I jumped in now.
On that one, again in the Hebden Bridge and Leek areas, there are different groups, different Facebook groups that just share the posts and vice versa. So it's all about everyone working together again, as we said, yeah.
There's another question about we are a local craft business and work from home and would prefer not to offer click and collect. We post or deliver locally. How do we do this when we register? I think this is kind of covered, but if anything you can add, Simon?
Yeah, because to future-proof the site and because we need one shipping method, you have to offer click and collect. But you can register and basically say in your shop description that you're not like a publicly visited space, but you can offer to meet people, to drop some people in Hebden Bridge do this. They're home workers or they work in an art studio and they just meet people in town to drop products off. Or you can say on your shop front, don't select click and collect, but we offer local delivery, so select local delivery instead. So there's ways around that.
Thank you, Simon. There's another one coming. What is the startup and ongoing cost, please? I think we mentioned this already. The first year subscription has been funded by Southend Borough Council, so it'll be free for traders, but afterwards will be £12 per month.
So, and there's no contract on that as well, so you can just leave at any time. So you're not tied into a contract. So we're pretty confident that you'll like it. So yeah, so there's
Excellent. What's the other one? How have others besides the butchers with big inventory handle the upload? Would love to look at a few examples. I have a large inventory, so the butcher's example not really ideal for me. Simon, are you able to offer some better examples?
Yeah. We say if there's any kind of question around this, just get in touch. And there's been lots of different examples of how people have done this. We've had a bookshop get in touch with their supplier, the kind of clearinghouse, and they gave us a file with details of 3,000 books, and we uploaded that for them overnight, and they immediately had all their books online. Other people kind of like a DIY shop that literally thousands of products, and they don't actually have a list. So we say to people like that, just don't get overwhelmed. Just add your top 5 or top 10 products and just keep adding to it, the most popular products bit by bit. There's different ways to do it, and if you've got a list, but not in a POS system or anything, or if it's just in a document, we can help you build that into the Excel template and then just import it in one go. So if you've got any questions about that, you can just drop us an email via the contact form, and we can help you with that.
Thank you, Simon. Again, still about the products listing. Just wondering how you deal with regularly changing products.
I'm not sure if that means on more than one website, but yeah, the dashboard works fine on laptops, mobile, and tablets, and a lot of shop owners kind of have downtime, and they use that just updating their stock or tweaking the text on stock. You don't have to have inventory control. That's up to you. You can just say these are the products I sell if they're always in stock. And a lot of shop owners just kind of tweak bits and bobs during the day. But if you do have your own website and they change a lot and stock control changes a lot, we recommend linking the products on our site with your own website, so they're just bought through your own website.
Okay. Another one from a restaurant. Sorry, just jumped. So we are an independent restaurant. Do the products for sale have to be predominantly local, or can we offer for sale Italian black cherries, Italian dried pasta, or UK produced cherries from our suppliers?
Of course, you can sell anything really, because you're a local business. So obviously, if you look at the economics of a local business, for every £10 spent in the local business, up to £50 goes back into the local economy by going round and round and round in circles. So this whole idea is centred on local economies. But one of the things we do encourage is that actually, while you're doing this, have a think about, well, what else could I supply locally as well? Because that makes a big difference. And the one thing that people want to know is what people think they really, really are interested in is local produce that's made there in an area as well. So yes, it's fine to do that, but you'll find that the more that you sell local produce and say this is made locally, you probably get more sales. So it's a chicken and egg in some ways, but yeah, it's fine either way.
Thank you, Chris. The other one, I need a bit of clarification. So I represent a CNC firm. Would we be able to, sorry, the messages keep jumping, be able to offer our service as well as our own bespoke products? Services price can be variable. Would we have to be able to have a set price? I ask, what is CNC? Sorry, I'm not quite sure what that means.
I'm just Googling it quickly.
I was thinking CNC Music Factory. That's probably not right. I think I mentioned it to someone else. That if your products are completely flexible, you can add like a consultancy. You can add a product that's effectively zero price, and when someone adds that to the basket and buys it, that's essentially them just sending you their details as an order, and then you can discuss more after that. You can have a drop down on each product for different options, and if there's different tiers of pricing, you can add them that way. And you can also add vouchers that way, saying a £10 voucher will cost £10 and up to 50 or 100, whatever you want. If that's what you mean, I think.
It's a machining company. Matt has clarified if that makes any difference to your answer, Simon.
Same difference really. If it's just to get in touch, you can just have a zero cost item, or again link it to your own website. Say rather than adding it to your basket, just have the text just say find out more from our website, and then it will jump to your website where you get in contact from there.
Okay, thank you. There's another question. So I have a Shopify site. Can I link the whole site? Thought I would be able to, but would need a sale on Totally Locally to come off my inventory instantly.
Yes, so that's basically we've got a specific plugin for Shopify, because it's quite popular. So that as a one-off, you can export your products and then import them into ours. We can do that for you because it's a different format. And then from that point onwards, I would suggest that you link each product on our site to the product page on your site, so that you're not actually buying them from our site. You're just sending traffic to your own site, and then the inventory will be updated on yours.
As follow-on questions, if when listing products you decide to link everything straight to your own site, is there any kind of information or analytics provided so we can see what items are proving popular?
Do you want that one, Katie, or shall I answer?
Katie, you're on mute.
Sorry, I missed that. I was just writing a message into the chat box. What was that, sorry?
So it's to say, when you're listing products and you decide to link everything straight to your own site, is there any kind of information analytics provided so we can see what items are proving popular?
Through the analytics, we can see where people are landing, and we should be able to see the click-through. I'm pretty sure we do, because we looked at this the other week. Yeah, we can see a breakdown of where everybody's going in the site, what pages are linking to, and then we can also set up some goals as well to see where those people are moving out to. But at the moment, we've got it set up as goals for sales at the moment, to see which shops are selling. But yeah, we can see a good little journey through the site at the moment, and we should be able to see when they're coming out of our shop and into another shop, or another link. It's basically the URLs that we see of where they're going. But we can certainly have a look at that.
You probably need to set that up yourself on your site, so you see where the links are coming from, and we can give some advice on that if you haven't set up Google Analytics, because you want to see where the traffic's coming from that ends up in purchases or not. But all we can see from ours, from a overall site point of view, is where people are clicking outside. So we can't really give minute details such as who's going to which shop and which products. That might be tricky. We can offer advice.
Yeah, no, so we can see where you are landing, but we can't say what user. We can just see the pages that people are landing on in terms of page views and the actual URL that they're landing on.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Simon. There's a follow-on question as well from Joanne about the regularly changing products. She says she's an allergy-friendly baker and part of her business menus change weekly. For example, can I add a cake of the week? Something like that?
Yeah. Just depends how much time you want to spend on it. You can add products every day, every week. If there is one called Cake of the Week, you can just have that saved and then change the description and the pictures of just that one every week. So know where to go, and you can just link to it.
It's entirely up to you. It's really how much you want to. We have people that change their products all the time, as they would on any online shop. And it's entirely how you want, which products you want on there and how often you want to change them, because it's an admin process for you. It doesn't affect the site, and it doesn't affect us. However many changes you want to make, it's down to your own time.
Thank you. And the next question, a couple of questions are related, is really how soon can we join the website? A few of us have asked that question. I presume it's ready, isn't it, Simon?
Yeah, people can sign up now. I'll just paste the link in here to the registration. But there's no kind of adding stuff before it's live from your shop's point of view, but you can make products just draft products. So if you don't want to push them live immediately and you want to work on them all, you can do that. I think the next question mentioned that.
What we do as well is rather than start promoting it when there's 3 or 4 shops on there, if somebody lands on there and only sees 3 or 4 shops, they're probably never going to come back again. So what we do is we put up a banner saying, bear with us as people are starting to load their shops and load their products up here. You can buy from there, but if you come back in a couple of weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, whatever, there'll be a lot more shops on there. So you're managing people's expectations. So when we get to a good amount that you feel happy with, that's when we go to the press, and then we start promoting the site. And what you'll find is that you'll get you'll get a step like that, and then when you start promoting it again, more people will want to join, and it'll go up another step. And then when they promote it, more people come in. So we call it a soft launch, where we just sort of say, things are there, but people are actually adding to it. So this is not the finished product, but please feel free to browse and please feel free to have a look. And what that does, that helps more and more people to decide to join as well. So it's quite a nice way of doing it. So there's no great pressure to get this stuff on there and start selling quick. And then we can tie that in with posters, banners, and the press release as well. I'm sure the press release will be quite interesting, actually.
Yeah, just kind of based on what Chris said, obviously we aim to now make it open, ask business to really go there and add products, and we will give at least a couple of weeks for them to have a chance to test out and put the products there, and then we will do a mass promotion in terms of social media and the campaign and PR, whatever we can get hold of really to get a name out. And then if you have to ask us for a launch date, we are thinking some date in March, but we don't know just yet. It really depends on you guys as well, how quickly product can be uploaded there. If there's nothing there, there's no point we launch the site. So it's kind of catch-22. So all your help's needed.
Yeah, there is no massive rush. We found that with Hebden Bridge that people, they went on the guides and they had a look through and they dipped their toe in the water. They added some test products. Because it's not being promoted at the moment, it was an opportunity for people to test and add, they didn't have their proper images in there and things like that. But what we do ask is that when you set your launch date and you're ready to launch, that people go back into the shop and tidy up any maybe test images and test text that they've put in there to test things, so that everything looks tidy and ready for people. There's nothing worse than landing into a shop and having a dummy product in there. So we just ask that you have a little tidy up just before the launch, because people do go, we had somebody add 20 test products into one of their shops just to have a play around with it really and see how it works, and then forgot about it, and then it launched. So it's just a case of keeping things nice and simple in there and ready to go. But yeah, there is no time pressure on launching it. It's up to you and how you want to run it.
And we've got a test shop in there at the moment. We basically add one product per product category, so you can see them all on the homepage. But just after your launch, we'll remove that. But for now, have a look through that shop, and there's a few examples of each type of products in there to give you ideas and inspiration as well. I'm just looking forward to Cake of the Week, to be honest. When's that going to happen?
Yeah, me too. No, it's really,
Make sure
it's when people keep things up to date, because it keeps everything fresh. So it's quite nice that there'll be some changing products on there, and also, we can probably do some new stickers as well, you know, for new products. We're always looking for little things that we can do to keep things fresh, and we can add to the Giphy account as well if you're going to be using those. And we like to keep everything a little bit fun, and it also means that we can keep the Totally Locally name across all the different accounts, not just our own social accounts, but all your accounts as well. It's quite nice, it's recognised, and people grip onto it and then share it. So you might find other towns share things as well, and that's just how it tends to work.
And when you browse the site, of course you can search for everything, but when you browse, by default every category shows the most recent products first. So rather than have alphabetical, you can change it to what you want as well as by price, but we always show the freshest things first. This is really good encouragement to just always be adding new things, and people literally look at the site and just see what's new every day, just to see what's being sold in their town or what new things shops are on the shelves. It's what freshly baked goods are available. So it's a good reason to do that.
Excellent. Are there any more questions? We are just at 2 minutes past 5, so in good timing. If there's no more questions coming, and we probably should round up. Oh, is there one more coming? Is that possible for you to add new category options? Good question.
You can request this, and if it's something we think warrants it, we can add a new category. When we do this, we add it to all of our sites, so we kind of carefully monitor if there's a gap and people are asking for a category. That means we've probably missed it. But yeah, definitely drop us a note on the contact form if you think we're missing one.
Okay, looks like we have come to a natural end. There's no more questions coming. Thank you so much, Chris, Simon and Katie. Thank you, David, Rob, everyone's involved, and thank you very much for your help in this. And I will say goodbye to you all and make the record available for anyone who wishes to find out more. But if there's any direct questions, please ask Simon. There's contact form on the website. Okay.
That's
great.
Thank you very much for the time as well.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Cheers.